and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason.
All right, Coach. U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here we go. 60-half ball. Work quick.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side complete. That's Gilbert. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. First and 10 right at the 20. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
Bears 7, Vikings nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
45 tonight. 120.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Out.
4 now.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
17. 17. 17. Bravo.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And he finds Cook. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too.
Watch five. Watch the screen.
Goff on first down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
45, Mike, 45. On the ball.
On first down, it's gone. He rifles one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Undercrush.
They go play action here on first down. Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
On second down, Swift, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Check. Fresno, 61. That's box right.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Now, this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Tighten up.
At the 42-yard line.
Listen.
On second down, Cook. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Tiger. 65.
Now gone. That'll be complete to Cook. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bears 7, Vikings
180. Check 26, check 26.
They run with a fullback now. This is Dan Batali. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Second and 6. At the
180.
22-yard line.
Let's see what you got. 94 is the mark. 2 for 1. Hey, Charlie. Shell. We're good.
From the 22, Goff. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Watch the twist. 94. Hey, exit. 94 is the mark. Go.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And this is Cook with the grab. And he loses the football a second time.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Nowhere to to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll drop to throw. He finds McCoy. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Right back to him on 1st down. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Swift. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Under 10. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Check
2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the 1st half. It's a 1st down. So after 2 1st downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. He'll set up to throw. His first running back, McCoy. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
2 minutes remaining in the 1st half, 10-7 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flies into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. So there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Cook. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Vikings! Delvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Bullock good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Second and 2. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's McCoy. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
That's caught inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point safely through, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Bears 14.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Check 13. Check 13.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Record. 14. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. I'm on.
Here's Goff. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I can't believe they even let you play. Switch. Check 3.
Now a carry for the fullback. This is Vitale. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Hey, kill. 76, tell him. 76. Target. Hey, zoom. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. What we got? 11.
To throw is gone. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. He can run for it, and he will. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
Let's get off the field.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Flushed out right. Complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Greystone, travel. Alert 3. Hey, 5. Check 4.
On the ground, it's Cook. And only able to muster a couple, down to about the 27.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Value three, value three.
45 to Mike.
76, tell him. 76. 76, turbo,
Now a give, right side. It's Kane, and he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45. 6 man.
5. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Okay.
No. Off.
Maverick.
37. Check 37. Hey.
They'll run it here with a fullback Vitale. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
A 37-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 3rd down, Swift. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Throwing the out route and complete. That's McCoy. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player?
Here we go.
How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 40 yards. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. His pass caught at the 4. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. On 3rd down, Swift. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Hey, 76! 76!
Now Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Motion, motion. Hey, check motion. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Motion, man.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, lift! 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 I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Back to throw. Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They run, Cook, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
I know you felt that one.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's back to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 8-3. Blue dot working, blue dot working. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McCoy. Touchdown, Chicago! A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Let's get the ball. 94.
Now it's gone. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Just like that.
On first down, Swift. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Robertson. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On second down, Swift. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right? That reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points. Defense held them. And lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for Chicago, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.